no secret that to defend their title, the Detroit Pistons went to their defense. Just ask a vacationer named Michael Jordan. Oh, the Bulls pushed them to a 7th game, but it's well known that the Pistons don't like to be pushed around. And so the kinder, gentler bad boys are back in town. And look who else is in town. And they aren't wearing purple and gold. As far as we know, the Portland Trailblazers aren't bad, but they sure are good. And they know it. They blazed their way through the West, and now for the first time in 13 years, they are in the big dance. And they want to go home with a door prize. These teams have two things in common. They finished with identical regular season records, and as they square off for Game 1, they have an identical goal, to be the first champion of the 90s. Detroit, Michigan has been a city of champions, and they have carried the title in honor. When the workers here put something on the road, they expect it to operate. And tonight, at the Palace of Auburn Hills, they'll see how their team will operate against a model that could very well be a big seller, too. So step on in and welcome to the 1990 NBA Finals. It is Game 1 between the defending champion Detroit Pistons and the challengers, the Portland Trailblazers. And hi again, everybody. Good evening. I'm Pat O'Brien, and if this is the first week in June, it must be Detroit. This is the 3rd year the Pistons have made it to the finals. The first time they were pleased to be here. Last year they won it, and now they have the formidable task of defending the trophy. The Portland Trailblazers have some June memories as well, but they are a little faded. It was 13 years ago today that they won their first and only championship. June 5, 1977, you were looking at the faces of Bill Walton, Maurice Lucas, and Laimbeer had a premonition. But on the schedule tonight, Joe and Terry and the rest of them go at each other for Game 1.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that. Spitting slow, spitting fast. I could roast, I could gas. Think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past. And the pettiness, a reflection of the emptiness. Hilarious, you think you're worth my time, you're delirious. Mysterious, because you hide behind a fake exterior. Inferior, you know I'll always be a bit superior. Get off of me, this ain't no humble brag. I want you to hear words, you can say them back. I want you to feel free from the chains at last, and to believe in what you got, it was built to last, yeah. Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself.
Pistons in his 7th season, Chuck Salley. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Columbia recording artist Mariah Carey for the
We'll see you on the other side.
When people talk about East versus West, Portland had an 18-8 record against Eastern Conference teams this year.
They feel that they are just as physical as Detroit, if not the toughest team in the league. And they all say it, including their coaching staff.
Boy, they're not afraid to say it. They're confident. Pistons weren't so sure when we talked to them. It'll be James Edwards and Kevin Duckworth jumping center. The Pistons in white, the Trailblazers in the visiting black.
Detroit always likes to come up, take their time, establish the low post game to see whether you will double team and where all the rotations will come from.
And here they come into the low post, kick it out. Laimbeer starts the game by missing a three. Drexler the rebound, and now the Blazers.
This is a matchup to watch because Kersey will be getting out quick on the break.
Buck Williams is fouled driving the lane, and the foul is against Bill Laimbeer. The big concern that the Pistons have is Buck Williams and keeping him off the boards. The fine player who came from the Nets in the trade for Sam Bowie.
Buck Williams is the inspirational leader. He's the guy that does all the dirty work. Before the ball game starts, you put 10 rebounds next to his name. You know he's going to shoot over 55%, and he's out there hustling and diving for every loose ball.
Goggles he's wearing as a result of getting hit in the eye in the Dallas series hasn't affected his play, and this has been a career revival for him here in Portland, and a dream come true to be here. One free throw. Isiah Thomas dishing off inside to Edwards, who misses the shot, and will have a loose ball foul called against Portland. Kersey commits the foul, his first.
See, if I'm coaching Portland, I'm concerned. Terry Porter must do a good job on Isiah and try to keep him out of the lane, because Zeke will always make the easy pass.
Dumars is shooting over Drexler. He has been struggling from time to time in the latter part of the playoffs, offensively coming in. Drexler will make him work, and he does, hitting the jumper.
Well, they love the up-tempo game. They will push the ball hard, and they will shoot threes off the fast break.
Bill Laimbeer up on top, guarded by Porter. Dumars feeds Edwards, and Edwards gets fouled. Remember, the last time they came down, they also had Edwards clear for a layup, but he missed. Now he goes to the line.
See, I'm looking at Detroit right now. I like what I see. Both times that they put the ball on the floor to dribble, they're getting into the lane. They're forcing Portland to rotate, and their people are getting high percentage shot attempts.
Clyde Drexler committing the foul. Edwards, who may be the only legitimate low-post threat of the big men on the Pistons. Second minute of play of game one. Rodman on Kersey. That'll be a tremendous matchup here. Porter coming off the screen. Laimbeer the rebound. Isiah Thomas guarded by Porter. Offensive, defensive rebound that time by Buck Williams.
It's a great matchup. Rodman and Buck Williams at one end of the floor.
And then Rodman on Kersey at the other. Kersey hits from the corner. Laimbeer had to pick him up.
The Portland's, one of their main strengths is the quickness of their shot attempts. And they will take that 18 to 20-foot jump shot with no one under the boards.
Feed inside to Dumars, had nowhere to shoot. Dumars loses it. Porter wins the scramble. It's a 2-on-1 right now, and Clyde Drexler feeds Kersey, filling the lane. Drexler gets the rebound. They keep missing, but they get the offensive board.
See, you cannot fall asleep. They are outstanding board people, and by that I mean not just Buck Williams, but Drexler and Kersey on that offensive glass.
Thomas on the pick and roll, rolls to the hoop. Edwards. And Thomas. A lot of scrambling going on in the opening minutes. Edwards wants the ball against Duckworth. They're just coming up short on their shots. 0 for 6 from the field of the Pistons. And here is Duckworth with a great feed to Buck Williams.
That's all right. If you're coaching Portland, you're happy with the way that they are out in the open floor and how hard they are attacking the basket.
And for that matter, the Pistons are getting shots close to the hoop as well. They're not making them.
But they're also only getting one shot.
Dumars goes in, deflected away. And here's Edwards. Picks up and gets a garbage hoop.
See, after Detroit scores, you cannot fall asleep because Portland will get it up and get off that quick shot attempt.
Here's Kersey with a quick shot over Rodman and hits. People curious how this series will develop with the tough, grueling defensive Eastern style and the wide open transition style that Portland likes to play. Portland so far has the better of it, 9-3. Isiah Thomas. They're He's struggling from the field with only one basket so far.
See, if I'm Chuck Daly, Dick, I don't like what I'm seeing. There are no white shirts going to the offensive board.
Here's a pick and spot up. Kersey drives, gets the basket in the foul. So the quickness and the athletic skills of the Blazers already making its mark.
Now here we have the strength of Portland. See, anytime that they shoot the basketball, they are extremely quick. Now remember, Drexler is 6'7" as your second guard with incredible jumping ability.
Rodman commits his first personal foul, and here is Jerome Kersey from Longwood College in Virginia. Misses a chance for a three-point play. That's in Farmville. Thomas drives all the way and gets the basket.
See, this to me is an interesting battle. Isiah Thomas and Terry Porter. They asked Isiah coming in here, what do you think of your matchup? And he said that up to date in the 3 previous series into this is my major test of playing a player who might have better talent than myself or equal talent.
Thomas is fouled. That's the 13th foul against Detroit. There's Buck Williams going to the hoop. He beats Laimbeer there.
That's a pet move, Dick. They love to isolate Buck in that situation. He has quick foot movement versus Laimbeer.
Kersey picks up Thomas, and they have Porter on Laimbeer on the pick and roll, and Duckworth gets the rebound. It's 13-5 Portland with 7:35 to go in a very quiet Palace so far.
If Portland, just stay with what you've been doing. Take your time. Go to your isolations, like right here.
Ball away by Buck Williams. And Buck Williams now has 5 of Portland's 15 points and a timeout. Full timeout being called by Chuck Daly, and well he should.
Well, I feel that he realizes he's missing. He's getting good shots. All of the clutch defensive blocks versus San Antonio and then Phoenix to pull out the big game.
Thomas against Porter, quickness against strength, the quickness of Isiah. Nearly 5 minutes going by in the first period. Again, the low post play. Still struggling. And they're going to have a foul against the Trailblazers. Onside, it'll be their 4th team foul.
Well, see, you're not going to be able to push them around, Dick. They pride themselves in the fact that they are the #1 rebounding team in this league. They will put a body on a body and take a blow for a blow.
Buck Williams first.
It's interesting so far that they have not double-teamed Edwards. Everyone has stayed with his man and allowed Duckworth to operate with him.
Thomas running into a double team, forces the pass inside, gets it back. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Laimbeer was there, and it's not saved by Porter. It is still Detroit's ball. So far, the shooting story looks like this. Detroit struggling in Portland 7 out of 10. 17 is a struggle. They're just not falling for the Pistons.
Well, not only the shot isn't falling, but they're not getting in situations where they get fouled.
Thomas. Isiah Thomas with a second foray to the hoop.
In the early going, Isiah is beating Terry Porter off the dribble. Too easy. And no double team is coming quick enough, and Isiah's inside the dotted line.
We may see more of a double as the game goes on if it continues. Crowd getting turned on a bit as the Pistons trying to stage a first period rally. Here's Duckworth over Laimbeer. He's got a good touch for a guy who's in the mid-200s pound-wise and a 7-footer at that.
Hey, during the year, over 82 games, he averaged 16 points. The broken hand has just slowed him down a little.
Dumars hits from outside. Joe Dumars, the MVP of last year's finals in the sweep over the Lakers, playing with that strained groin muscle as James Brown described. Thomas trying to press Porter on the 3, and he hits him anyway, and he has hit 34 3-point baskets in these playoffs. Amazing.
Uncanny, Dick, because you cannot fall asleep. They kick that ball right out to him.
Thomas lays it in, and you're right. They're not doubling, and Thomas is getting easy layups.
Listen, I'm impressed with Zeke. He is taking the ball right at them and breaking them down.
Clyde Drexler misses perimeter. Pistons are down by 9. Thomas again beats Porter inside and gets another layup. He's got 8 points.
You know, he has him a little discouraged right now. If you read Porter's eyes, Zeke feels he can take him any place that he wants to go, off to the right or to the left.
And he's doing it. Williams setting a pick. They have 2 men on Buck Williams. and they throw the ball away. Little confusion for Portland on offense.
Here's Isiah breaking Terry Porter down. See, he's getting by and using his left hand to knock the hand check out of there. And then Zeke, one of the best at challenging. He and Kevin Johnson, the two best in the game for under 6 foot, around 6 footers.
We're at the Palace of Auburn Hills. The Blazers have had the early lead, and the Pistons trailing now by 7. Isiah Thomas hits a 2-point basket. His foot was on the line. He is blazing to 10 points thus far, and the Pistons have hit 5 in a row. Duckworth misses. There's another offensive rebound. Drexler, but great defense. John Salley has come in the game for the Pistons. And traveling call against Isiah Thomas will turn it over to Portland. So Salley, the first substitute in the game, a good blocker and a shot blocker and a rebounder, and a stand-up comic when he's not playing basketball, and a good one. Corner, loose ball, kick ball, and a new 24-second clock for the Blazers.
See, Terry Porter cannot lose his focus right now. If he's getting beat at one end of the floor, then the team defense must cover for him. But he cannot lose his focus at the offensive end. Get the basketball to where it has to go.
Buck Williams working against Salley. Ball away by Buck, and he has 7 points to lead Portland. Isiah Thomas with 10 tops everybody.
Buck is in a beautiful groove right now. He feels he can go off the dribble or shoot that fadeaway.
Edwards wants the ball again. Dumars in the lane is fouled. Let's see if it's Drexler, and it is Clyde Drexler, and that's the 15th foul and the penalty situation for the Blazers. Drexler's second foul.
One thing that surprises me in this game, at the defensive end of the floor for Portland, they are allowing Dumars and Isiah to dribble to their right hand, their strength, and beat them off. When things are going bad, force the guy to go with his weak hand and hope that you can get help.
Last year in the sweep over the Lakers, the Pistons had tremendous performances from Thomas Dumars and Vinnie Johnson. So far, we have not seen all three of them put their game together in the same contest in postseason.
Not yet. But I do believe that they had the ability to rise to the occasion in the finals for the last couple of years. Here we have the trap, 2-2-1 by Detroit.
Duckworth has a block by Edwards. Gets his own rebound.
Nice.
Not to be denied. Blocked again by Edwards. And finally, Jerome Kersey hits the shot, but they got many shots out of it.
Edwards and Salley working that major tandem of shot blocking that time. Hey, but give Duckworth his due. He's a lot quicker than you think for a man that size down inside. Very soft hands.
Edwards got the first and Salley the second. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Edwards. Duckworth with the rebound, and here comes Portland leading by 7 with under 3 minutes to go in the first period. And Terry Porter misses. He already has hit a 3.
Duck wants him to slow down, get into half-court offense.
Detroit has not had the lead in this first period, and a great pick and roll to Rodman. Goes awry, and here come the Blazers again.
He wanted a foul. That was a bad shot.
Kersey going in, gets the foul. And the Pistons know they'll have to get back on defense when Portland is on the transition.
See, that's Kersey is Rodman's man. Now, he did get fouled on that shot, but it was a very poor shot attempt. You cannot stop and complain to the referees because Kersey is always going.
Porter said that he had written to Marquette, being from Wisconsin, and they wrote back a letter to him saying that they had nothing to offer. And I'm sure that the people at Marquette may regret that. You saw Vinnie Johnson come into the game for the Detroit Pistons. Microwave has been cooled off as of late. Kersey hits the free throws. The last Detroit foul was on James Edwards.
Now, this is the first time in the last 2 series that we have seen this 2-2-1. First time now. 3-quarter court trap. They're just trying to match up. Take them out of their sequence, force them now with the clock down to get into something quick.
Salley has it jarred away by Williams, and Rodman with a desperation shot. Clock running down, misses. Edwards misses. He has missed 2 easy layups thus far, unlike him. 2 minutes now remain in the first quarter, and the Blazers are up by 9.
With Vinnie Johnson playing Drexler, they should go over and post Drexler. He can shoot over the top of Vinnie at will.
And he's driving to the hoop against Vinnie Johnson. Same result. Draws the foul against Vinnie Johnson.
You'll see a forced shot here as the clock was running down. Now Edwards goes up for an inside easy shot. That's at least the 5th opportunity. Now, Detroit very, very conscious of getting back, but they can't forget to send a couple of key guys to the offensive play.
Edwards commits the foul, his second, team in the penalty. Bill Laimbeer and Mark Aquirre report into the game. Edwards and Rodman go out. Terry Porter leaves the game. And he's replaced by Danny Young, the backup point guard. Here's Young, formerly played with Seattle. Drexler hits the free throw. And an 11-point lead matches the biggest that Portland's enjoyed in this first period.
Now here is this soft 2-2-1. They get one trap. They're trying to get you to take the quick shot.
Aquirre hits from the corner and a 3 for Mark Aquirre, coming off a tremendous Game 7 against Chicago. Now Thomas facing a guy more his size, Young. Drexler. Here's Duckworth with a good touch outside. Rebound by Aquirre. The lead is 8.
You can always get that quick jump shot, Dick. You should have patience to get it in the
Thomas in the lane. The jump shot. 12 points for Isiah Thomas. Drexler. And Laimbeer. Drexler gambling for the steal, misses. Here's Aquirre for 3. Salley keeps it alive with under a minute to go. Bill Laimbeer on the pick and spot up, which means he doesn't roll but moves outside, and Laimbeer hits. And now it's a 4-point game and a 20-second timeout called by Rick Adelman.
Smart move by Rick. He's got to regroup his ball club. You have 47 seconds to go. If you
tell us after this message and a word from your local station.
Cape Hatteras and Old Milwaukee both mean something great to these guys. Hatteras means surf casting for bluefish, and man, do they love to fight. And Old Milwaukee means a great beer.
Now you'll see he gets the shot block right there. Now keep an eye right here on Duck. There it is as he's clearing out. Now Laimbeer gets him, and also Duckworth.
Portland will start the second quarter with 2 men off their bench. Drazen Petrović at guard and Cliff Robinson up front. The shooting statistics show Portland with a big margin, but and a 9-point lead on the board.
Well, we said earlier, you cannot fall asleep and not get back defensively. Detroit lapsed twice, and they gave up 2 3-point attempts that scored when they had a 5-on-4.
Kersey with a hot first period. Starts off and misses this. Petrović, and they're going to call the foul. It'll be Drazen Petrović, who is the first European player ever to appear in an NBA Finals. He's from Yugoslavia. Played on their silver medal Olympic team in '88.
Rick is very high on him. Thinks he's one of the all-time great shooters that he has ever been around in his pro career.
Vinnie Johnson knew it was off, went after his own rebound. And it's going to be Portland's ball. Joe Dumars checks back in for the Pistons.
See, it's interesting right now. Portland only came with 3 of their substitutes. They're leaving Kersey and Duckworth out there for rebounding and also some stability from the offensive end.
Off a screen is Cliff Robinson. Wild shot. Quiet.
He said if there's one flaw in Robinson's game, it's a shot selection.
Looking for the extra pass. The Pistons make it. Aquirre, that was a 2-point attempt. So again, the Blazers can open up an 11-point lead, which matched their biggest in the opening stanza. Against the smaller Aquirre, Robinson tries to draw the foul. Aquirre clears.
He's 6'10". He's got the height advantage on Aquirre. He should get in a little bit lower.
Aquirre drives, and he draws the foul. Irvin Magic Johnson, who was here for game number 7, watching both his friends, Isiah Thomas and Mark Aquirre, out there. Danny Young commits his first foul.
A strong move by Aquirre. You know, even last year where Mark scored 12 points a game in the playoffs, he's still averaging over 20 during his career. You know, that's a very impressive stat.
He has settled into the special role as being a scorer off the bench like Ricky Pierce of Milwaukee or Eddie Johnson of Phoenix. He was the focal point of Dallas, but he never won the ring. Now he has a chance to win a second.
Well, Chuck Daly said he's very verbal at practice. He works extremely hard. He has a total knowledge of all the positions of what everybody should be doing. You're Portland now. You do not want to just go into a jump shooting game. You want to get down inside.
Petrović drives the lane. Pistons trailing by 10. Dwyer posting up against the taller Robinson again. Petrović helping out. Trying to solve the double team, and he does as he finds John Salley.
Oh, what a great move by the Spider-Man. He really attacked.
He loves playoff time. He knows he does well here. It'll increase his commercial effort. Trying to overplay is Laimbeer on Duckworth, and it works as the Trailblazers throw it away.
Now watch the double team. Petrović comes in here now. Now the pass. Now on this quick movement, watch how fast Salley goes up over the top. Now remember, he's doing that over a 7-foot, 275-pounder.
A dazzling look at a dazzling arena, the Palace of Auburn Hills, the scene of Game 1 of the NBA Finals. And so far, it's been all Trailblazers. They have led all the way, and they're up 35-27. And the Portland organization has made the most of their picks. Look at the draft picks that brought Drexler, Kersey, Porter, Petrović, Duckworth, Danny Young, a free agent, and the big trade for Buck Williams, along with Clifford Robinson, a #2 pick. And in his first full year as head coach, Rick Adelman, who was the team's first captain in 1970. There are 3 starters getting a rest right now, Hubie.
Well, I like everything if I'm coaching Portland. They are playing extremely well, just so they understand they shouldn't stay perimeter. Detroit is coming back, playing with a lot more confidence now and getting what they want.
Dumars trying to get it to Salley. Picked off, though, by the Trailblazers. Petrović practically falling off the court. Stepped on the line, tried to save it, and it'll be Pistons ball. Right now, let's go over to James Brown. JB?
All right, Dick, during the timeout for Portland, Rick Adelman was telling his team, fellas, it's still early, but look, we've got them right where we want them right now. Push the ball up court quickly. Take your time on the shots. So synopsis, hurry up with patience. Let's go back to Dick.
He's right on there, JB.
This is a good matchup. Aquirre plus Robinson. Robinson with those 6'10" and long arms.
Dumars draws the foul. Pistons are getting in the paint. And the foul is against Danny Young, his second and the 3rd team foul. Coming back in the game is Buck Williams, who scored 7 points in the first quarter, and Jerome Kersey has been a busy man with 12, goes to 7. Joe Dumars, who has had to defend against 3 All-Stars in the last 3 series. Reggie Miller, Michael Jordan, and Clyde Drexler. 3 out of the 4 series they've been in. Tough task for Joe.
Well, over the past year, MVP of the playoffs, was married over the summer, plays in the NBA All-Star game, and then voted to the first team All-Defense. Not a bad year. Not a bad year.
Terry Porter back in, handling the ball for Portland. Down to 6. That's as close as Detroit's have come since they've been down in double figures. And now they'll call the offensive foul against Portland. It'll be Petrović, his second personal.
See, Vinnie Johnson is getting to Drazen. Drazen is 6'5". He has a big height advantage, but Vinnie is bumping him around, and he's forced him now to take 2 bad shot opportunities. He's feeling a little frustrated right now.
Vinnie Johnson working against Petrović. Finds the ball in the right place. Laimbeer follows it up. Pistons won't get a better opportunity to get a basket that close.
Yeah, but you know, you have to be happy with the fact that they're getting 2 and 3 versus in that first quarter.
Well, a lot of their beef is on the bench right now. Wayne Cooper is in its center. Porter with a fake. Knocked away, and it'll be Detroit's ball.
Well, they made poor Terry switch hands on that shot and take it into a left-handed jump shot.
Both teams ice cold here in the second period. Dumars finds an opening, goes up, and a foul against Portland. It'll be the Blazers' 4th team foul, and Detroit has yet to commit a foul here in the period. This one's against Cooper.
I think on that drive, Joe Dumars definitely stretched or aggravated his groin. He has a groin pull on the left side. I just want to say something about Cliff Robinson. They are very high on him as a defensive player. He had Joe Dumars in that one-on-one set that time. He was a little surprised that the foul was called on him because he thought he had a solid shot block.
He was a sleeper in this year's draft, pick on the second round. Had a tremendous first season. That was the first miss from the line by Dumars. With under 8 minutes to go in the first half, the Blazers' lead has been cut to 5. It was 11.
When you play Detroit, you've got to get back inside.
Petroviç has it batted away by Salley. 7 seconds to attempt a shot for the Blazers.
Now you'll watch how you'll see 4 shirts come to the ball. 4 guys are right in your picture. Now, if you do it one-on-one off the dribble, they'll rotate all night.
And Porter. Offensive foul against Porter.
See, you'll see this one-on-one play doesn't get it done versus Detroit. They'll rotate and help and go for the shot block. But when you get into your offensive flow, pass into post-up people, now you break them down defensively. Don't let them go to their strength, which is rotation.
Salley has 3 of the 4 blocked shots by the Pistons. Dumars, wide open is Aquirre. Still struggling from the field are the Pistons, out of bounds, still Pistons.
Little frustration up front for Portland right now. They're not dominating on that defensive glass like early in the ball game.
Aquirre over Cooper, tanks it in. Aquirre now has scored 6 points off the bench. And now it's a 3-point game with nearly 7 minutes to go in the first half. Detroit's yet to lead. Kersey. Laimbeer the rebound. Here come the Pistons. Dumars drives, has it batted away by Cliff Robinson, and now a 2-on-2. Pistons back. Porter shuffles to Robinson. Really, and it didn't work either.
Oh, it ended up 4-on-2, and they come out of it with 0.
Dumars short with the jumper. And here comes Portland, and now they've got a 3-on-1 with Drexler in the middle. Feeds Williams. Laimbeer backs it away into the hands of Dumars. Piston defense shown up here. And Laimbeer lays it in and can tie the score.
What a great series by Laimbeer. Watch how he strips Buck on the shot. Number 1. Then he runs the ball down, gets it out, and then receives the return. But look how strong he attacks that basket.
Schick, the official razor of the NBA, presents Close Shave. Larry Bird of Boston has a 7-game duel with Bernard King of New York in the 1984 East semifinals. The intensity of both men lead their teams to home victories in the first 6 games. And Game 7 of the Close Shave series is in Boston. Coming around at 3, Bird scores 39 points to lead the Celtics into the Eastern Finals.
Let me get this straight. You're Jim?
Yeah, people mix us up a lot.
I'm John. He's Jim.
Mr. Three-Point Shooter used to miss 3 points on his face till I got him to shave with a Slim Twin disposable.
I'm John. It has a narrow head.
Just like our little brother Mike. so you can shave hard-to-reach places.
He's got a special bar to keep his blades clean.
I thought he was John.
The Slim Twin disposable reaches every place on.
What's the difference between driving for a title and trying to defend it? Well, here's a man who knows. Isiah Thomas of the Detroit Pistons.
There's a big difference in terms of being the hunted instead of the hunter. You know, when you're being hunted, you have to run a little bit faster, and you have to be a little bit smarter, because you can never really match the hunger that the other team's coming at you with. So you have to supplement that with an intelligence, and you know, it's a different perspective. You know, and it's a totally different basketball game, because instead of out-toughing people, you have to outsmart them.
Now, very well said by Zeke. Chuck Daly wanted an extra day to prepare his team for this game. They did not practice yesterday. They walked through in their preparation. Their scouts had everything broken down for them on tapes individually as well as for the team, but he realized that coming out of Game 7 versus Chicago on 70, they were emotionally spent.
That's true, and it was a game in which Isiah Thomas played, according to Chuck Daly, maybe his best game of the year, not just the playoffs. High score.
What we're seeing is Portland has scored 2 points in 5.5 minutes.
Well, he just got 2 on Drexler's layup.
And you know, that has been there, Dick, ever since Drexler came back into this half. First half, they started inside and then kicked out. All of a sudden, the second quarter, they decided to go perimeter and one-on-one. No good.
Only the second basket for Portland in this period. Halfway through, Vinnie Johnson misses in the paint. And a loose ball foul has been called against the Detroit Pistons. It'll be against Mark Aquirre. Here's Isiah Thomas back in the game as Vinnie Johnson goes out. This is the Palace of Auburn Hills, Michigan. They've only had sellouts here, 101 since they built it. Game 1 of the NBA Finals between the Pistons and the Trailblazers, a surprise team. Dick Stockton and Hubie Brown in courtside.
Joe Dumars pushing Drexler out.
Turnaround by Kersey over Aquirre, and he's got 14 points and is the game's high scorer.
You know what's interesting about Kersey? He does not have to put the ball on the floor to get that jump shot up at the height of his jump.
Away from the ball. Clyde Drexler now has picked up his 3rd personal foul. Rick Adelman is upset because that's a key foul now against the Trailblazers. Great shooting guard.
Well, I think over the course of this series, this is going to be a tremendous chess match, Dumars versus Drexler, because both guys are so quick in the open floor, and then they're the mainstays in their half-court offense.
What about the decision of Adelman to keep Drexler in right now, Hubie?
Well, I think this is a major, major gamble. You have 5 minutes and 28 seconds here now. If he should get his 4th, his assistants are telling him now, and they're over there now talking about this issue.
Pistons trail 39-37. They still have not tasted the lead in this game. Drexler firing over Dumars and hits. Clyde Drexler, remember him from 5 Slamma Jamma and several All-Star games, but he's been key down the stretch in the playoffs for Portland.
Now here's your clear out. See, this is smart basketball.
Dumars over Drexler. Only black shirts underneath. And Portland now up again by 4. Clyde misses the scoop shot. Now Detroit with a running game of their own.
Nice fake.
Dumars gets it inside.
2 beautiful fakes. One by Isiah to force the defense to act, and then a great head fake by Salley.
And a foul called against the Pistons.
Now watch as Dumars catches this little head fake pass, and then Salley. There goes the defense. Easy dunk.
Only 2 team fouls against Detroit. Portland already in the penalty. Drexler driving in, blocked, but Duckworth follows up and he gets fouled. Hey, it's amazing how Drexler is risking going inside with a chance to pick up an offensive foul.
He wants to break Dumars down. Now you'll see him come off a double screen here, and now watch how beautifully he drops that pass off. He knew that he could not force another shot. The play before that scoop shot, had no chance of scoring.
Duckworth misses the free throw. The foul was on Laimbeer.
If Portland has an Achilles heel, Dick, it's on the foul line. They get 35 shot attempts, which is big, but they only shoot a low 72%.
4.5 minutes remaining in the first half. Trailblazers had a 9-point lead after 1 quarter. Right now it's down to 3. Thomas travels, trying to get around Porter. Both of these teams have experienced dropouts during key games in the playoffs in the conference finals. They both disappeared during times in their series.
Well, that's Portland's style of play. Anytime you're the second leading scoring team with 114 in the league. Oh, my.
Offensive foul against Duckworth. That's only his first foul. But who wants to get hit by that guy?
Well, you see, watch this. See, Laimbeer is trying to go over the top. Duckworth clears him off with a forearm. Now, he's sending him a message. Sometimes you'll take a foul in that situation to discourage the guy from fronting you in the post area.
Thomas left open, tries a 3. Bryant keeps it going for Detroit. Goes right around Buck Williams, and they call the foul, not a shooting foul. And it is the penalty situation for Portland and for Buck Williams, his second personal.
Since Aquirre has hit the court, he's giving them major minutes. That's the reason why we have not seen Dennis Rodman. Not because of the injury, but because of the production that Aquirre is doing. Now, maybe not so much in his field goal percentage, but the fact that he's breaking the defense down and getting fouled and then handing off to other people.
There's Dennis Rodman, who started this game, did not score, picked up a foul, nursing a sprained left ankle that bothered him tremendously, he said, in the final game against the Bulls.
Still got 13 points and 9 rebounds. Not a bad game.
Salley seeing Aquirre gives him the offense, and that's what he needs. Team still trails by 2, though. Porter drives the lane and a good feed from Kersey. This team can pass.
Give and go basketball. Give and then cut to the hole.
Knocked away and try to get it as Salley.
And just watch as Isiah turns his head to double team. There's Porter on a give and go. The interior of Detroit fell asleep. See, Drexler's laying off Isiah. He can't afford to pick up a foul here.
Wide open for a 3 is Laimbeer. In and out, Drexler the rebound. Trailblazers filling the lane, leading by 4. Duckworth against Laimbeer. Laimbeer did a great job keeping his body on Duckworth, and it's going to be Pistons ball. Great maneuvering by Bill Laimbeer.
Excellent transition defense by Detroit. They had a 2-on-1 situation. Duckworth did not give the basketball up early. If he would have, Portland would have scored a layup.
Up against Buck Williams, who has 2 fouls. Thomas misses long range. Duckworth the rebound. The Pistons have not shot well at all in this game, but find themselves trailing by only 4. Porter feeds Williams. Beautiful. And the Blazers are up 46-40.
See, when they're in transition, they have so many guys that can dribble the ball well and get inside of your defense. Then they will all make the free pass, as long as it is Duckworth handling the basketball.
And a timeout called by the Detroit Pistons.
This could be the ball game. Back to throw. He's got a man deep. Touchdown! And a leaping grab in the end zone. The defender can do nothing about it. We've got a half.
Welcome back to the Palace at Auburn Hills, where Portland leads Detroit 46-40. And coming up on the Prudential at the half, there's been a lot of talk about Laker coach Pat Riley's future, and we'll ask him about it as he joins us live. Bill Walton's here, too, the leader of that championship Portland team in 1977. We'll talk life and hoops with him and Bill. Portland has led the whole game. Does this surprise you?
Doesn't surprise me at all, Pat. Portland came out and played very aggressively at the start, and they hit all their outside jumpers, which is a big key to the success in this series. But Dumars and Isiah Thomas are starting to take control again. Plus, Duckworth is looking a little bit tired out there right now.
All right, Bill's got his blue blazer on. He'll be with us at halftime. We'll talk about everything that's on the map. Right now, let's go down to James Brown. JB?
Patrick, the big statistic that Chuck Daly is most concerned about right now, the last several series, his team is 1 of 14. The major underlying concern is perhaps his team has weary legs with only 48 hours rest. Portland is well aware of that, and Rick Adelman is telling his players, continue to pound the boards. Let's go back over to Dick.
All right, guys. Portland with 46 points, shooting exactly 46% from the field. Detroit not yet up to 40. What's surprising thus far is Detroit has more offensive rebounds than the Trailblazers, who were the best rebounding team in the league this year. Aquirre. Effective off the glass inside.
One of the best post-up players for his size ever to play this game. When he gets down in it, that shot is so soft as it catches the board. He's on a roll now, and he has a great feel.
They find Duckworth inside. Very graceful for a 7-footer.
See, he's so big, and when Laimbeer gambles, if they hit him with the pass on the move, there is no way that Bill can recover. It's layup time.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. Portland by 8. Detroit got a tie at one time at 35 all, and that's been their best ever. Dumars hits from outside. He's got 11. Thomas with 12 tops the Pistons.
See, what we're seeing now is Portland's going to double team Aquirre, and anytime that happens, they'll move the ball. Now watch this beautiful pass down inside, catching Duckworth. He has a nice soft touch.
Duckworth setting a screen. Instead, Porter goes baseline and is fouled. Detroit will pick up its 4th team foul.
Terry Porter coming out of there, walking gingerly. Isiah, you know, kind of surprised on the foul that time. Here he is.
A little clinic he's showing there, huh?
He's saying that he didn't get him.
Danny Young will replace Drexler, so it's interesting that Rick Adelman went many minutes with Drexler hampered with 3 personal fouls and got away with it.
When you have a star player, you're relying on the fact that he will not get the call. You're also, you know that player. You know his intelligence for the game. And then you're hoping that he does not get involved in a freak collision someplace where he picks up the foul.
And he didn't. You pointed out how he decided to pass instead of shoot in a situation that he might have been called for a foul. Danny Young checked in. Porter now playing the off-guard position. And, of course, Rick Adelman says that Porter reminds him a lot of Joe Dumars, who's the off-guard for Detroit.
Well, he said he's a very, very close two-guard in performance to Drexler, who is an all-star player.
Dumars speeds Salley. Gets another chance. Spider has it knocked away from his web, and here comes Portland leading by 6. 1:25 to go in the first half. Dumars gambles for a steal, misses. Porter burns it. Terry Porter now with 9 points.
See, they're so quick, Dick, when they fast break. They cross underneath the basket, and then they hit the guys going to the corners. If you gamble, that guy is out there all by himself.
Buck Williams has picked up his 3rd foul, so already 2 Blazers, Clyde Drexler and Buck Williams, have 3 personal fouls, and Cliff Robinson will come into the game to replace Buck.
See, what we're witnessing is anytime you talk to a Piston, they'll tell you, hey, we have no one average 20 points 2 years in a row. What we do is we milk the guy who is hot. Right now, Aquirre is breaking down the defense. He's shooting a high percentage, and they're milking him right now to the end of this quarter.
Here's Dennis Rodman, who normally starts for Aquirre, replacing Laimbeer. Laimbeer goes out of the game having scored 5. During the regular season, the teams played twice. The Trailblazers beat the Pistons by 20 in Portland. In fact, they have won 20 straight there. And here, Portland gave Detroit a tough battle before succumbing by 5. Well, if you're looking at the 100-point mark as a gauge, Portland already is at 52.
Now, this is an excellent tempo for Portland. They could not ask for a better first half.
And Duckworth wasn't sure what to do against Salley, and he took too many steps.
I was surprised he didn't shoot it because he has excellent range up to 18 feet, and they allow him to take that on the wings or at the top of the circle.
6-point lead for Portland. Turnovers virtually even in this half. Wire against the rookie Cliff Robinson, and draws the foul.
Now here you have a nice motion down inside. Now, once Terry Porter realized he didn't have it, now here comes your head fake, and then the quick move. Now, I'll tell you, from this position right here, he's surprised, I'm surprised, because it looked like he didn't travel. The ball was out of his hand before he lifted that pivot foot.
Dwyer now with 12 points. So already there are 3 Pistons in double figures. That was the first personal foul on Cliff Robinson.
See, in the playoffs, Dick, Aquirre is shooting over 80 on the foul line and over 51% from the field. So he's playing with a lot of confidence.
And he's also rebounding well defensively.
Yes, he is. In the Chicago series, he was their second leading rebounder.
Porter way off the mark, an air ball for a 3. And now the Pistons are down by 5 with 32.5 seconds remaining in the first half. So they're going to be close in any event.
Well, that's not out of character for Terry Porter. He's allowed to launch that shot. The same thing with Petroviç when he's in the game.
They got 10 on the shot clock, differential of about 6. Pick and roll knocked away by Danny Young. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Salley has to hurry. And Rodman loses the fight with 3 seconds to go in the first half. Porter, Dumars prevented Porter from getting his shot off with a great alert play by Joe. Joe Dumars comes alive in the second period. And that's the end of the first half with the score. The Trailblazers 52 and the Pistons 47. Pat O'Brien will be along with the Prudential at the half after this message.
Describe McDonald's in 3.
Foot kept flaring up. I'd put it out and it'd just flare up again. Then my doctor told me about Tinactin. It cures recurring
Thomas and Dumars for Detroit. Buck Williams and Clyde Drexler each are playing with 3 personal fouls. Drexler, the line drive variety.
Well, it's the first time that we've seen Portland all night actually pass the basketball 5 or 6 times and stay within their offense.
They haven't needed to, actually. Dumars driving on Drexler, got the edge. Clyde doesn't want to pick up a foul.
That's right, see, and that's smart. But if you're going to do that and play soft, force Joe to go to his left.
Dumars knocking it away, but called for the foul on the hold on Drexler for Dumars, his first foul.
See, you'll see now, Drexler gives him to his strong hand, which is to his right. Now, Portland does not rotate quick to the basketball, and they are not a big shot-blocking team.
Duckworth working against Laimbeer. Rodman gets the rebound. Rodman only played 11 minutes and was 0 for 2 in the first half.
But they have good production from Maguire, picking up 12 points off the bench.
Did they ever? They cleared out, and Dumars hits the jumper over Drexler. So Joe Dumars with 15 points. He only scored 7 in the deciding game against Chicago Sunday.
They're going right at Joe at this end.
Kersey from outside. Laimbeer the rebound. Laimbeer's got to be key so that Portland doesn't get second and third shots. Thomas driving and missing. Here comes a transition opportunity for Portland. Porter feeding Buck Williams. That's how they go throughout the West.
Well, you know, they're so quick that they get the 4th guy. Detroit did a real good job, 3-on-3, but then the 4th trailer, the trail man came in and laid it
on the turnover. Here's Duckworth coming in, and he's fouled on the bounce pass from Kersey.
Keep an eye on Billy Laimbeer, right down the middle of the screen. He's working very hard tonight. He's doing an excellent job on the boards and a very solid defensive job on Duckworth in the low post area.
Isiah Thomas has just been called for his 3rd personal foul. He is the first Piston to be called for that, and here is Duckworth on the line. Eastern Illinois, where Kevin Duckworth went to school. Gerald, Kersey, we said, from Longwood, and Porter from Wisconsin, Stevens Point. A lot of obscure colleges on these starters.
Well, you know, you look out there, Duckworth, 2nd round pick. Kersey, 2nd round. Rodman, 2nd round. Laimbeer, 3rd round. Edwards, 3rd round. There's hope if you don't get picked in the 1st round. I just named 5 starters in this game tonight.
And they're in the finals. Pistons within striking distance, down by 6. Dumars going in. Duckworth with another rebound.
Boy, he gets it out fast.
Drexler to Kersey. Here's that wide open style the Blazers love to play. Out of bounds. And they finally decide it's going to be Detroit's possession.
See, they're so quick in the open floor. Now, they ended up with a bad shot that time. But what happens is now, in the last 6 minutes of the game, they're running just as hard, and that's where they usually pick up a lot of easy scores. Detroit, big pick and roll team.
They double team Edwards. And a Portland foul. It'll be on Clyde Drexler, and it's his 4th. So Drexler, who's averaged 20 a game, one of 3 Trailblazers to score that many, have now picked up his 4th foul.
Well, this is early now. We have 9 minutes and 29 seconds to go. Yeah, he's sitting there, and they are not making a commitment to take him out of the game, and I'm really surprised.
They went a lot of minutes playing him with 3 personal fouls, and Rick Adelman has not made a move.
Well, like what they call that, riverboat gambling, right? But you have to know your player, and he has to have a star status here, okay? We cannot underline that one enough.
Drexler's backup is Drazen Petrović, but very often, as we've seen, Porter will be the second guard, and Danny Young will come in as the point man. The lead is 5 for Portland. Drexler. Rebound by Rodman. No Portland players underneath for an offensive rebound attempt there. Isiah Thomas. 14 points. Got the shooting line back thanks to Brendan Malone and Mark Aguirre's help on Saturday. Duckworth with the soft touch.
I'm Chuck Daly. I'm happy. The Portland shots are all outside of 15 feet right now, and if I can keep them there, I can get back in this game.
Whole thing seems to be limiting their transition baskets, because they're not doing anything on the half court inside the Blazers.
You've got to clear out and let Joe take Drexler.
This is outside. Duckworth lost the ball, but I'll tell you, he's been very active inside. Duckworth has really been a big plus off the boards for the Blazers.
Well, since they've taken the padding off on the inside of the hand, he has more mobility and he can grab onto the ball. He's been working extremely hard tonight.
He missed all but the 7th game in the San Antonio semifinal. Came out to a stirring ovation.
They want to get Edwards off. He only has 1 field goal.
Laimbeer with the offensive rebound and a foul, and that may be Kersey's 4th, the 2nd. Jerome Kersey with his 2nd personal foul.
Here's the shot. Watch to the left of the screen. Laimbeer just works his way in. Like Chuck Daly says, we run 0 plays for Laimbeer. He gets everything off of the boards and as well as on spot-ups. But he is our key board guy at playoff time.
Since 1982, Bill Laimbeer is 2nd to Moses Malone, and he's got 10 already.
How about the fact in over 800 games, that's 10 years of basketball in the NBA, he's only missed 3 games. You talk about durable guys. This guy's there every night for you.
59 to 56. The Pistons have been this close before. They tied it up at 35. They have not had the lead. Duckworth inside. Basket counts in the foul. So there's Drexler outside passing. He doesn't have to score to be effective for this team. And a chance for a 3-point play.
You'll see now the pass is coming. Duckworth is coming off a screen on the opposite side of the floor. See, when Portland runs their offense, they are outstanding at coming from the weak side, meaning away from the basketball. And every time they run it, they're getting easy layups.
Bill Laimbeer with his 3rd personal foul. 62 to 56. So every time the Pistons really threaten, the Blazers come up with a big offensive play. A little more than 4 minutes gone by in the 3rd quarter. Dick Stockton, Hubie Brown. Pick and roll doesn't work. It's off Laimbeer's foot. They've solved the pick and roll pretty well defensively.
Also, Portland has changed their assignment. They now have Kersey on Dumars.
Duckworth with a turnaround over Laimbeer. 13 points now for Kevin Duckworth. More than his playoff average already.
Yeah, but, you know, we realize he's been injured. He's a prime-time scorer for Portland and has been all throughout his career.
Dumars trying to go behind his back. And a push. Let's see if Edwards gets called for the push on Drexler, and he will. And that will be the third on James Edwards.
See, when you play against Portland, they are one of the top teams in the league in forcing turnovers. So you cannot gamble and make cute passes because they're so quick and cut off the passing lanes.
John Salley will come in for Edwards. Pistons don't lose anything. Very often gain a lot when they're forced to go to their bench.
Well, they're going to play three-man basketball. Drexler, Kersey, and Porter.
Drexler fires it up looking for the foul. Laimbeer with another rebound. He's got 11 now. Drexler on Thomas. Thomas knows he can't foul him. Duckworth got a piece of it and converts for the basket. Sellout crowd. We really haven't heard him at full vocal extension yet. Blazers lead by 6 with just under 7 to go in the third quarter. Buck Williams sets a screen for Kersey. Laimbeer the rebound. Kersey is yet to score here in the third quarter.
Someone's free here because Buck Williams does not have a man.
He does now in Rodman, but they didn't catch it quick enough. Salley kept it going. Isiah and Porter with a reach-in foul will be his second, and it'll be the third team foul against the Trailblazers. They have had 101 games at the Palace, a beautiful arena, state-of-the-art, and they've had 101 sellouts, including tonight.
Recently, Four-Wheel and Off-Road magazine tested the...
The only time he wants the word big used is when you talk about his play on the court. 14 points in the first half, so he qualifies as big. Let's go back over to Dick Stockton.
All right, James Brown, thank you very much. And until this notoriety, Hubie, Jerome Kersey's big claim to fame was the fact that he finished second to Michael Jordan in the slam dunk contest 3 years ago.
Yeah, but he's doing it in the playoffs. He's had 29 3 times.
Thomas missed, Salley missed, Salley again. Foul. If it's Duckworth, it'll be his second. And it'll be the fourth team foul. Both teams now with 4.
We're starting to see Rodman and Salley come to life on the offensive board when Detroit is missing. Now, that was a solid foul by Duckworth. No way was he going to allow Salley to dunk that ball.
Salley actually started the year as a starter along with that man Mark Aquirre, and then Chuck Daly made a switch and decided to go with the defensive man Rodman and James Edwards, and that really clicked for the Pistons. Edwards became a scoring force for them. 4-point game nearly halfway through this third period. Pistons are lurking, not leading, just lurking.
See, both teams are shooting the penalty, so you must work down
pick and roll. Duckworth. Well executed. So that's their best half-court maneuver.
Well, they are a big pick-and-roll team, and they are a clear-out team.
Thomas, pick and roll to Rodman. In your face. Back again.
See, Portland's got to do something at how they are going to play the pick-and-roll.
Duckworth setting the pick. He's open again. Porter doesn't hit him.
Good defense by Isiah.
Drexler fires away for a 3. That's characteristic of Portland. All of a sudden, the guy will fire away from long range. Thomas into Laimbeer. Beautiful play by the Pistons. And it's 66-64. The best the Pistons have done is tie after trailing by 11.
Duckworth very slow coming back to the offensive end.
Thomas trying to overplay. Porter has the ball knocked away, and this is going to be the tying basket by Isiah Thomas. Timeout, Portland.
layup situation.
He'll be the starting guard tandem of Isiah Thomas and Joe Dumars have accounted for 31 of the Pistons' 66 points. And they have their second tie since they trailed by 11 in the first quarter.
I'm very impressed with the enthusiasm that Detroit is playing with in the last 5 minutes. They look like a team that is well rested. The other people look like they have a fatigue factor right now.
You know, Portland always looks like they're tired, even in Game 6 when they shut down Phoenix. Pistons on a 10-2 run. There's Porter from Drexler. Defense, I believe Salley got a piece of it. That's 4 blocks for John Salley.
Porter better get up.
Trying to break the tie, and they call the offensive foul against Dennis Rodman. So a chance for the Pistons to take their first lead goes by the boards here.
Costly foul by Dennis. That time, Detroit had 5-on-4. They had a 2-on-1 in the lane situation because Porter never came across half court on defense.
Drexler to Duckworth, and 12 points scored in this third quarter by Kevin Duckworth, who now leads with 17.
See, Portland is attacking the basket, but they're going softly.
Thomas goes by the basket. Will not count the foul before the shot, a push. But now Portland is in the penalty, and Thomas will go to the line.
See, now watch this pass, and you'll see, you think you have an easy layup. See, that's a soft layup. The rotation coming from the other side. When you play against Detroit and you catch a pass in the lane area, you must say to yourself, I'm attacking the basket, dunking if I can, but protecting myself, because somebody is coming for an intimidating block.
Right now, let's go to James Brown. JB?
All right, Dick, taking a page out of the wrestling handbook. In the last time out, Chuck Daly reached into the medical bag, grabbed smelling salts, told all the players to sniff it. They say, Chuck, what are you doing? He says, trust me, fellas, we need a wake-up call. Let's go back over the deck.
Oh, that's a unique way of doing it, James. Duckworth, by the way, has scored the last 12 Blazer points. Now Porter gets into the column, and it's now 70-67.
It's nice to see Portland go to the half-court offense where there is movement. When they do that, they end up with a nice shot opportunity.
Clearing out for Thomas against Porter, who has 3 personal fouls. Laimbeer lost it. Trying to get the jump ball, and he does. Good hustle by Laimbeer as he ties up Buck Williams.
See, if I'm coaching the Portland situation here, I'm disappointed because Kersey and Buck Williams are kind of nowhere to be found this quarter. Not on the boards, not in the scoring opportunities. And then I see Salley, Rodman, and Laimbeer dominating right now.
2 of them are off the Pistons bench, including Salley, who out-muscled the Blazers for the rebound. Or for the tap. Laimbeer misses a 3. Portland with the ball and a 3-point lead, and here's a 3-point attempt by Porter. Long rebound. Thomas to Salley. Can he save it? Yes.
Yeah.
Rodman will get the basket to bring them within 1. But Salley made it happen with great hustle out of bounds.
2 great plays. An excellent transition, filling the lanes for Detroit.
Drexler. Short on the line drive attempt, and now the Pistons, trailing by 1, can have their first lead with 3 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Buck Williams and Rodman in a hand.
Laimbeer, top of the key. Thomas goes right around Porter. Fakes, plays it. No, misses. Tipped up. And a foul. Is this amazing how Portland refuses to relinquish the lead here?
Now watch on this pass attempt as Salley throws it in. Look at the quick reaction by Dumars finding Rodman filling the lane.
Meanwhile, Salley commits the foul at the other end. Both teams now in the penalty. Vinnie Johnson, who has not yet scored, will come in the game.
An impressive thing tonight, very, very impressive, Dick, is Detroit's offensive rebounding. They are not a big offensive rebounding team, but they are doing it to the best defensive rebounding team in this league, Portland.
Isiah Thomas leaves the game. He has scored 17. Kersey with his first points of the second half. The fast break story. Detroit's cut down what was a 9-point Portland advantage at the half.
Now let's see what happens here if they get Vinnie Johnson involved in the offense.
He's had some chances early in good position, but missed some good shots. Here he tries again, in and out, still struggling, and the rebound by Buck Williams. It's a 3-on-1 transition break. Drexler with a great glide move. That's how he got his nickname. And it's 6:74 to 69. Detroit doing a number on the glass, but they can't get the lead somehow. Under 2 minutes to go. Here's Dumars fighting his way in. Rodman tried to tip it in. Kersey comes out with it. Another fast break opportunity. 4-on-2 this time. And the basket by Drexler is good in a foul, and they keep coming at you in waves.
See, this is what you love about this team. They are so athletic, you cannot fall asleep on them, because just as you feel confident, here they come in a 4-on-2. What a solid move by Drexler. Now, on the next exchange, you'll see it once again. 4 against 2. They are catching Detroit, trying to pound the offensive board. Once they receive that rebound, they're kicking it out, and it's numbers.
Rodman and Laimbeer are out of the game, and Edwards and Aquirre have come back in, so they were going for offense. It's very clear when you bring in Edwards and Aquirre, you want offense. 1:40 remaining in the third quarter.
They're bringing Aquirre right away for the post-up on Buck Williams.
Double team on Aquirre. He's one of the 2 players will double. The other is Edwards. Turn around by Aquirre off the bench. 14 points, but his first bucket of the second half.
Yeah, but you see, he has the field, Dick, and he's taking his time. Oh, underneath there, Salley and Buck Williams.
Spider Salley with his second foul. Danny Young will send Drexler to the sideline, but Clyde Drexler, who picked up 4 fouls early, played a lot of minutes with 4 fouls and did not pick up number 5.
The coaching staff definitely guessing right.
You gonna guess? A lot of people didn't know what kind of team would be facing the Pistons. An unusual matchup. Portland, of all people. After the Lakers had dominated the decade, and they have given a great account of themselves thus far on the road. Kersey is guarding Vinnie Johnson, giving up a lot of inches there. And a foul. Go to the line to shoot 2, both teams in the penalty.
See, Detroit will stay with their half-court methodical offense, setting good picks, and they will milk the situation of Vinnie Johnson and down inside either Aquirre or Edwards on either side of the lane. Vinnie Johnson is getting good shots. He just hasn't made them, but they are there.
You saw 20-5, the bench scoring for Detroit, and that free throw was just the first point for Vinnie Johnson. Kersey with 3 fouls goes out, and Wayne Cooper, good shot blocker, comes in. Cliff Robinson is in also. Duckworth goes out, so it was Cooper for Duckworth.
Let's see if we get the good ball movement now by Portland. You have 3 new players out on the floor. Let's see if they break the sweat, and then no one forces a long jump shot, because that you can get with 1 or 2 seconds on the shot clock.
Buck Williams is the only starter in there for the Trailblazers. And on the shot clock, Dumars on Porter. Porter looks like he forced that one, but almost went through, and a loose ball foul called against the Trailblazers, and Detroit will shoot a couple. Wayne Cooper with his 3rd. Game 1 of the NBA Finals from the Palace of Auburn Hills, Michigan. The defending champion Detroit Pistons trying to repeat, just as the Lakers did a couple of years ago, against the Portland Trailblazers. Somewhat of a surprise entry from the West. And with less than a minute to go in the third quarter, Portland led all the way. They're up 78-74. Dick Stockton, Hubie Brown, Pat O'Brien, and James Brown with you for the series. 15 on the shot clock. Porter. And Vinnie Johnson comes down with it. Detroit running it up. 5 against 4, and Dumars scores. And now it's a 2-point game again.
The Portland forcing bad shots. They are not getting any second shot opportunities, and this group for Detroit is very offensive conscious. They're filling the lane.
Young goes in low to Williams, but just when it looks like the Blazers are going to unravel, they come up with something. They're going to call the blocking foul that time on John Salley, and that's going to be his third.
Salley very upset. Thought that he took away the lane to the basket. You'll see here now, he'll force Buck Williams, and he's going to go behind the backboard. See, Salley had good position. A definite, on my opinion, an offensive foul by Buck Williams, plus he caught him with a forearm. That's what Salley's all upset about.
But because he's not a serious guy, he will never really lose his temper out there. Stand-up comic never does. Williams hits the free throw. Kersey will come back in for Cooper. Portland continues every time they're in jeopardy of losing the lead, doing something to maintain the advantage.
Right now you have 4.7 seconds on the clock for the period, so it's going to be interesting to see what Detroit will run and how quickly they'll push it up on a make or a miss.
Buck Williams has them both.
They're in the zone now, a 2-2-1 zone press.
80-76, Vinnie Johnson fires his shot, and that'll do it. Kevin Duckworth scored 12 points in the period and has 17 for the game. That's the end of the third period. Portland 80, Detroit 76. And we'll return to the Palace of Auburn Hills after this message and a word from your local station.
To the 1990 NBA Finals, and from Portland, Oregon to Portland, Maine. They are learning a lot about the Portland Trailblazers, and so are the Detroit Pistons. It is nervous time in the Palace. It is only game 1, but Dick Stockton.
All right, Pat, thank you.
Welcome back to the World Championship Pistons.
Portland outscored Detroit by 9 in the first quarter, and they've hung in there because Detroit had a 4-point edge in the second and a 1-point edge in the third, and it's 80-76 as we start the fourth period.
They're gone right down into James Edwards.
Edwards over Cooper. All 5 Portland starters are in double figures, led by Duckworth and Drexler with 17.
It took a lot of confidence by Chuck Daly to go to Edwards. He's been really struggling tonight.
Williams going in strong. Rebound by Edwards. And once again, the Pistons can tie it up. They were down by 11 and have come back twice to tie, but have never taken the lead.
Big mismatch. Aquirre with Danny Young on him in the low post.
In illegal defense, the first one called in the game, and Dumars is told by Aquirre, throw the ball. As soon as you see me with the mismatch, get the ball to me quickly.
Yeah, but in defense of Dumars, he did not want to force the pass. He had plenty of time on the shot clock. He could have gone into Aquirre, but he didn't want to force a turnover. Smart basketball. See, Detroit is excellent at picking out a mismatch and going to that guy.
Edwards again. Pushed out by Cooper.
See, they'll take their time.
Go back to James, and he misses. That was good defense by Wayne Cooper, Hubert.
Well, he's one of the premier shot blockers that we've had. He's been in the league 11 years, and he's always up there in the top 10 in shot blocking when he was a regular.
Porter playing the shooting guard position with Danny Young, the point guard now. Working against Dumars, trying to draw the foul, and he does. Buck Williams, Wayne Cooper, and Cliff Robinson, the other Blazers in there.
So here you have a post-up guy calling for the ball. Notice how he's got Danny Young. He's got him pinned, and he's holding him back. He's calling for it, but Dumars, you see, you cannot see the defense being applied on Dumars. You never feed the post unless you can put it where the man wants it on the test.
Clyde Drexler, who picked up his 4th personal foul with less than 3 minutes gone by in the 3rd quarter and played all but the last minute, starts off on the bench, so he's in good position coming into this final period. To 78, so Detroit had a chance to take a lead in a tie game, had a chance to tie it up moments ago and could not again.
There's a clear out.
McGuire knocked away by Williams. That's a turnover. Good play by Buck. And Danny Young brings it up. Dumars fighting through the screens to stay with Terry Porter. 9 on the shot clock. And here's Williams. Great execution. Great passing.
That is frustration by Chuck Daly. A beautiful feed by Danny, and the way, they say, that's the way, Buck. Attack it and dunk it strong.
I got to be impressed with Portland, win or lose, the way they have kept Detroit away from the lead, and on the pick and roll, they turned it over for the 2nd straight time. And the Trailblazers are giving headaches to fans like this here at the Palace. Dennis Rodman will replace Salley. And they're going to bring Isiah Thomas in quickly. He'll have to wait a bit.
Danny Young does a nice job as a backup point guard. Plays within his athletic talent. Doesn't force anything.
Cliff Robinson travels. Isiah Thomas will come back in the game. He has been the leader, and the Pistons hope he'll be the spark plug with the team trailing 84-78.
Somebody's got to get some credit for getting it all to mesh together.
Certainly Horatio Alder story. Cooper, they wanted goaltending. They didn't get it.
All right, in defense of the referees, that ball was short.
Yeah.
The ball must have an opportunity to go into the basket.
Inside Cliff Robinson. And Robinson with his first points of the game. Daly's still upset over the call at the other side.
Well, naturally, you're the coaching staff. You want that one goaltending, but that ball was definitely short.
Johnson to Edwards, pick and roll, and a foul. You remember when Horatio Alder coached in the NBA?
Yeah, sure, right.
A long time ago. Foul is on Robinson, his 2nd, and it's the first team foul against the Trailblazers in the 4th period. Well, 34-year-old James Edwards finds himself starting at forward with pretty good company in NBA Finals history.
I would say so. James is struggling in the Chicago series where he only averaged 9 a game. And then tonight, at halftime, you know, he was there with a 1-for-6 opportunity. But, you know, they still keep going to him because he's an offensive threat.
Sooner or later, you know, these guys are going to break out. 6-point lead for Portland, just under 9 minutes to go in the 4th. Against Rodman, Williams posts up, gets the basket and the foul. Not many people have done that against Dennis Rodman this year, Hubie.
Well, first of all, it was a very tough move by Buck. He gave him what we call an up and under. Now watch how he fakes him. He gives him a ball fake here as Rodman bumps up against him. See him, boom, right there. There was the body contact, and Buck put it right up and in. Dennis is looking for the ball. His first team all defense, but he's first team all defensive guy in Buck Williams.
4th personal foul on Rodman. Dennis was Defensive Player of the Year. That was a pretty good duel between two fine players. Thomas with a fake goes up. Rebound by Cooper. Anyone's ball now. Danny Young and Edwards. And Isiah comes up with it. Rebound by Cooper.
You better get back, Detroit. Isiah doing a great job keeping that alive.
Porter fires inside to Buck Williams, and he was on the line, so he'll turn it over. But Portland has opened up an 8-point lead. They were up by 4 as we started the 4th quarter. Still plenty of time to go, but it's 88-80.
See, Rick is hot right now. He's telling the referee, Ubi did not make the call. It was made by the opposite official, Dick Pavetta. Dick said that he was out of bounds and came in on receiving that pass.
Vinnie Johnson finds Rodman. And an offensive foul called against Dennis Rodman, and that'll be 5 on the Pistons' top defensive player.
Very strong move by Dennis, but he did clear out the defensive player with the left arm.
He will stay in the game with 5 fouls. Now John Salley takes off his warm-up jacket.
See, if I'm Detroit, you got to be careful now every time that you turn it over or miss a shot, because Portland is due to try to push every fast break opportunity.
Drexler, he's in there again, playing with 4. Rodman in front of Robinson. And it's still going to be Portland's ball. They have 5 seconds to try a shot. And John Salley will indeed come in, replacing Rodman, who goes out with 5 fouls. Wayne Cooper off the side of the backboard into the hands of Aquirre.
Main thing is for Detroit to go to your key players right now, because the Blazers will be in the penalty on their next foul.
Driving to the basket. It's going to count. Basket is good. Let's see, did they wave it off? They waved it off. Clint Robinson will pick up his 3rd foul instead.
Let me correct myself on that. I read the clock incorrectly. I picked up the timeouts with 4 left versus team fouls. So that's my mistake. That was their 2nd team foul.
Well, 1 turnover for you, about 10 for me. Duckworth back in there. 0-0 in the middle for the Trailblazers. Aquirre missed the layup.
Give Cliff Robinson a little credit that time, but the long arms were up there and definitely disrupted that shot.
Jerome Kersey buries it, and it's 90-80. So all of a sudden, the Pistons, with all these chances to take the lead, tied it twice, and now a 10-point lead, and Detroit will call a timeout.
See, you cannot go to sleep because they push the ball so quickly, rotate the ball, and someone has an open jump shot.
Williams of the Portland Trailblazers form one of the NBA's most versatile trios. Porter's penetration unleashes Williams' inside strength, while Drexler uses uncommon agility to help out on defense. Flawlessly blending their varied abilities, teammates Terry Porter, Clyde Drexler, and Buck Williams work to be the best they can be.
A Ranger never takes the easy way out.
Deep inside you.
They have not gotten to the 40% shooting mark all game, Hubie.
It isn't that they have not had good shots. They are there. They're pounding the offensive boards, but they're not scoring with that second shot opportunity.
Right now, let's send it over to James Brown.
All right, Dick, thank you very much. Both timeouts that time sprinkled with heavy doses of psychology. Down on the Detroit bench, Chuck Daly didn't say a word for 3/4 of the timeout, just looked in the players' eyes. They know what to do. Down on the Portland end, Rick Adams will tell us it's our game. Let's go back to Dick.
And maybe it's Isiah Thomas's game because he usually rises to the occasion.
Isiah Thomas just made Bill Walton look good. But that's true. Zeke will put the ball on the floor and attack down the lane.
Bill Laimbeer in the game, and he's guarding Duckworth now with 9 on the shot clock. Laimbeer knocks it away. Here come the Pistons down by 8. Thomas beating Aquirre. No basket if it goes, a foul.
Now watch Bill Laimbeer defensively. He wraps right around here now and catches on the uptake of that shot. That is where Laimbeer is outstanding. He's not a shot blocker. He tries to get the ball before you get it up over your shoulder.
Danny Young with his 3rd foul, and the 13th foul against Portland. Isiah Thomas hits another one, and he's cooking now with 21 points.
How many times have we seen Isiah? He presses the inner button in the heart, and all of a sudden he just takes it on.
Drexler going down the middle, trying to answer Thomas with a long spin on the rim. And we're nearly at the halfway mark of the 4th period, and Portland has excelled in all close games from this point on so far. Thomas tried to get it up there. Does again. And a loose ball foul. It'll be against the Trailblazers.
Duckworth is injured. He came out of that one. Now, whether he had his breath taken away from him, he's bent over here. As he was sitting in the abdomen area.
22nd timeout called by Rick Adelman. The foul was against Jerome Kersey, number 4 for him. And Portland is 1 foul away from being in the penalty. Well, the fact that the Pistons are gone for the 2nd straight NBA title may not be as impressive as the fact that they're only the 4th team in history to get to the finals for the 3rd straight year. The Celtics, of course, lead the way. The Lakers and the New York Knicks did it. So they're in select company, Hubie.
Well, I like, you know, what they stand for. They have a style. You know, no one scores 20 points here. They do it defensively. They're the lunch pail brigade. They've been here, and you can see they're struggling tonight. They're still going to attack.
Dumars attacks, just like he said. The basket counts and a foul as well. Cliff Robinson with 4. So now they're down to 6, and it could be 5. Portland's in the penalty now. 15th foul of the period. Dumars has 20 points. Isiah Thomas has 21.
Well, you know, if you're Detroit, you can attack because the only shot blocker they have is Kersey.
Drexler, guarded now by Laimbeer, goes right around him. Too hard off the glass. Down by 5. The Pistons march back. Isiah. Salley tried to keep it alive.
You can see the frustration on the faces of the Portland players. They are not taking care of the defensive boards. And it's interesting how when the shot is coming off the rim, we do not see the 3 black shirts in there, their front line crashing for the rebound. When you're the #1 defensive team in this league and you hold people down, you know that in this next 5 minutes and 20 seconds, if you're Portland, you better play big. And by that I mean physical and strong. There will be no light love tap going to the foul line. You are going to be stripped, and you're going to be stripped hard. So you better play tough offensive basketball.
Salley knocks it away from Buck Williams. And let's see what they call. A loose ball foul against John Salley, who is really angry. Forget about the comedy now. Salley has picked up his 4th.
But you'll see this, an excellent play by John. He gets his hand in there. And then see the referee is absolutely, except there is no force out like there used to be 10 to 15 years ago in this league. The referee must call a foul.
Buck Williams gets Salley in the air, hits the jumper. 20 points for Buck Williams, and he now is the leading scorer for the Blazers with all 5 starters in double figures.
I'll say I'm really impressed with Buck's outside games today. If we had a bet on that before this game started, I don't know whether I'd take that one up or not.
Aquirre working against Buck on the other side. Kersey got a piece of it. Aquirre, Duckworth gets his body there. Great body work by Duckworth.
See, everybody wants a foul, Chuck Daly included. You're not going to get that call.
Less than 4.5 to go in the 4th. 94-89 Portland. Isiah Thomas strips Porter, and Porter then fouls Isiah. And they're in the penalty already, the Blazers.
Now watch all the defensive help here. Here's Buck Williams, the first-team all-defense, playing Aquirre. Excellent double teaming. Now as Aquirre comes up on the side, they sandwich him. There it is. Good block that time. Ball goes to the corner. Excellent hustle by Drexler.
4 on Porter, and Thomas on the line. Keep in mind that when the Pistons don't let you score 100 points, they have yet to lose in the playoffs. When you score 100 against them, they lose. They're 0-4. Chuck Daly told us yesterday, I don't care about that. We may give more than 100 points. We're looking for the win, and we probably will allow 100. Thomas trying to cut the lead to 3. He does.
Big thing for Portland. Run your offensive sets with your continuity. Because when you do that, you've been getting good shots.
Kersey shooting over Aquirre. In and out. Thomas has it. Down by 3.
See, they'll take their time now and go with their movement. And that's what you like to see. Continuity play.
Thomas will try to tie it up here, and he does. His first three-point basket. Boy, Detroit's been here before, haven't they, in a tie?
See, Portland does not have an offensive rebound since the first quarter.
Drexler going strong to the hoop, and a foul called offensively against Drexler, and that'll be his 5th.
See, this is where you must regroup now. You are on the road. You cannot expect a call like that because it's so questionable. You've got to play strong.
Pistons are looking for a lead that has avoided them all game. Dumars misses, so again Detroit had a chance to take the lead and could not.
See, I don't like the one-on-one basketball by Portland. They're shooting missing, and they are not getting any offensive rebound.
Drexler against Dumars, and it'll be a blocking foul. If it had been on Drexler, he would have been out of the game.
Excellent call by UB Evans that time. Drexler had a shoulder ahead of Dumars. You know, Joe's playing with a groin pull, and that's a hard move for him to slide and catch up.
Well, if you've just joined us here at the Palace, we've got a dandy going in Game 1 of the NBA Finals. Portland and Detroit right now tied at 94. Drexler, long range, in and out. And again, Detroit can move in front.
See, without movement in picks, you are getting one-on-one stationary basketball.
That's what they're doing. One-on-one. Thomas. Finally.
He's amazing. When they go down and talk at the Hall of Fame for street shooters, whoever played this game, his name is right at the top of the list.
They tied it 3 times before they finally took the lead. Porter looking for the foul, throws up a wild shot. And Thomas, who has 11 points this quarter.
Once again, Portland is missing. No offensive rebound since the first quarter.
Detroit has had a lot to do with that. Thomas again for 3.
Where's that timeout?
Of Detroit's 19 points, and they have finally taken a lead in the waning moments of the 4th period. Now let's go over to James Brown.
All right, Dick, I talked a little bit earlier about how Terry Porter is learning to play point guard, and it's been all on-the-job training. Unfortunately, that applies to defense as well, as Isiah is taking him to school. Rick Adelman is trying to boost his confidence a bit, and he's involved as one of the 2 options on this offensive play coming up. Let's go back to Dick.
Keep an eye on this now. Right there. Poor Vinnie Johnson gets popped.
You know, they're celebrated more there than they did after beating the Bulls in Game 7 on Sunday.
See, during this run, so that we can underline Portland's inefficiency, they have not been to the foul line either. So what you're getting is good defense by Detroit, no second shot opportunities, and then you're not playing continuity basketball to get you to the foul line.
Plenty of time on the shot clock. Clyde Drexler finds Porter with a runner. Rebound by Buck Williams. Follows up. And we'll have a foul. How long ago was it when Bill Walton predicted that the Pistons, who were trailing at the time, would come back, which they have, and this man, Isiah Thomas, would be a key man, and he has been. Meanwhile, Dennis Rodman is fouled out of this game with 6 points and 9 rebounds.
Well, that's a loss for you defensively, but the guy coming in, Mark Aquirre, is having such a good night tonight that he has shown outstanding rebounding capabilities in the playoffs this year. Buck Williams has always struggled on the foul line. He's 65% for his career.
4 for 7 in this game. Misses them both. Critical misses for Portland. And a Trailblazer foul. And they look like they're starting to unravel at this point ever so slightly, but that's all the Pistons need.
Well, a key rebound by Mark Aquirre, the player who just came into the game for Dennis Rodman. This is an excellent situation for Detroit. Aquirre is shooting over 80% at playoff time on the line.
5 for 8 in the game from the line. I think Aquirre deserves a lot of credit because James Edwards and Vinnie Johnson have not come off the bench to give them the offense the Pistons are used to. Well, Edwards is a starter and Vinnie off the bench, so Aquirre's points are critical. He's got 18.
Look at Isiah. Tough defense on Porter.
Knocked away. It's going to be Detroit's ball.
See, Isiah would not allow Terry Porter to come off that high pick and take a three-point shot. Excellent defense by Zeke.
Detroit is on a 21-4 run here. And the Blazers don't look like they're going to get to 100 anyway.
They're going to come on a late pick and roll with Salley and Isiah. Watch him fake.
6 on the shot clock. Now Thomas goes into the hoop. Dumars for 3. Rebound by Buck Williams. Under a minute to go.
Aquirre got popped right in the eye.
Kersey foul going to the hoop. With his team down by 7. Laimbeer on the foul.
See, to bring out a point here about going to certain people. Kersey, who is your team leading scorer, over 21 points a game in the playoffs, has had very few shot attempts in entire second half.
And he misses from the line. They've missed 3 in a row now from the stripe. Cliff Robinson will come in for Duckworth. Now it's 5. In checking it, they have missed 5 straight free throws. They trail by 7.
Now Portland is in a trap defense.
They're going to use the clock. They got 11 on the shot clock and a Portland foul, and the Trailblazers will be mulling over this one because they had a golden chances to win this game. They led throughout most of it.
Well, when you think about it, they've only scored 14 points in this quarter. They've been to the foul line. They could not capitalize. If you're going to play one-on-one basketball in this, then you better crash the offensive boards.
Thursday night, 9 o'clock Eastern, game 2. I don't think the Trailblazers knew what hit them in the final stages of this quarter. 22-4 run by the Pistons in about 6 minutes. That's how they've really shut down the Trailblazers big time.
Put on a magnificent show here tonight.
Porter fires a 3 and hits. And now it's 103-97 with 30.1 seconds to go. And a quick foul. If you don't steal, you got a foul. Portland has only one timeout left.
See, Isaiah's going past here now. He's frustrated because you do not want the clock to stop. You're looking to get the ball to Salley, make the next pass. Do not allow them to foul us and stop the clock.
Salley will go to the line. Pistons took their first lead of the game with 2:23 left in the fourth period. Duckworth will come in the game, and Porter has fouled out, having scored 16. Well, tonight's 1990 NBA Finals game was produced by Michael Burks and directed by Sandy Grossman. At the half was produced by Eric Mann. The senior producer of CBS Sports is David Winter, and the executive producer of CBS Sports is Ted Shaker. There'll be a lot of discussion as to what Portland must do and what Detroit could even do to even play better than they did tonight for Game 2 on Thursday.
Well, when you play the playoffs, it's only a one-game loss. You must make adjustments from game to game. They are very confident. They feel that they are going to win this series, and by that I mean Portland. You know, John Salley, to his credit, they have played 50. This is their 16th playoff game, and he's averaging over 6 foul shots a game. Now, that's hard to do when you only play 25 minutes a game.
And a timeout. Portland had one timeout left, and they've used it now. They're out. Down 103-97 with less than
in the game right now.
He's a good outside shooter, but he's not in there. They got Buck Williams inbounding with Kersey, Duckworth, Young, and Drexler. Young. Duckworth in the lane. Didn't have control of the ball. Kersey with the offensive rebound, but a foul will be called against Portland. And without any more timeouts, their chances really fizzle down.
Well, Duckworth right now very upset at the call, or the lack of call on his shot. He thought he was fouled. They took the attitude that they were going for a quick score that time. If Danny Young had the three, he would have taken it, but it didn't happen.
Here's your guy, Petroviç, coming in now. Hugh?
Well, Petrović is coming in now with 21 seconds to go. No matter what Aquirre does on the line right now, he can put it out of reach. If he makes one, you know that you're down 7. If he makes 2, you're down 8. You have no timeouts left, so you must take the shot in the flow.
7 will do it. But he doesn't have that 7. Here's Jack McCloskey. I don't think a guy who's coached in basketball ever thinks it's in the bag.
Oh, absolutely not. Because when you're around the NBA, you see so many, freak things happen. Guys take threes, get fouled, go to the line, make a 4-point play. We've seen that happen.
Remember the Chicago Knicks series last year?
Absolutely.
Trent Tucker and Hodges? That was almost a...
How about this?
Now he misses them both. No timeouts left. That's the key story. They're down by 6. Here's Kersey, hard off the glass. Rebound Drexler. Here comes full court pressure down 103-99. And Detroit will call it defending him.
Now remember, Portland has no timeouts remaining.
And they're going to call the 20. So now they still have 2 effective.
If you're Portland, you steal the ball. That's why you say an NBA game is never over.
They're going to try again. They get it to Laimbeer, and they're forced to foul him with 10.6 seconds to go. And, of course, it's 4. Laimbeer can make the 2, and they still got time to hit 2 3-point baskets. And foul, but no timeout.
That's right, absolutely. Now, you have one of the premier big men foul shooters in the league. He's an 85% shooter over the year. He's a key guy on the foul line for you and has been throughout his entire career.
Perfect tonight from the line. 3 for 3. Little body English to boot.
When you're Portland right now, you're hoping for a miss because you still need 2 scores. Now, by Laimbeer making that, naturally one of them has to be a 3.
And when you don't have the timeout, you can't take it out of bounds at midcourt. You got to go all the way up the floor. He's got them both, and it's a 6-point lead. Dumars making Drexler work. Throws the ball. Kersey, way young, wide open. But they need 2 of those. Even if it goes, it doesn't, and the Pistons have won it thanks to a 25-9 run over the last 8 minutes of this game. Disappointment for Rick Adelman. The Pistons have won 14 in a row at home in the playoffs. Right now, let's send it over to James Brown. JB?
All right, Dick. Isaiah, you guys have been extremely successful this year when you're in the 17 to 20-point range. You knock in 33. Why did you feel it was important to take over?
Well, we were struggling a little bit offensively tonight. We didn't have the type of energy that we had Sunday. Sunday's 7th game, I think, took a little bit out of us. And this was a kind of difficult game for us to prepare for because we didn't really get that much time to prepare. So we didn't really know what really expect from this Portland team. And offensively, we were struggling a little bit, so I just had to do a little bit more tonight.
Be honest now, you guys have been in a lot of tight situations. Did you get nervous at all tonight?
You want me to lie and tell the truth? Yeah, I got a little bit nervous.
Were you surprised by Portland that you played you that well?
No, I wasn't surprised because they're here in the finals. And anytime you come out of the West, past San Antonio, past Phoenix, past L.A., you're a pretty good basketball team.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
All right, let's go back upstairs to Pat O'Brien. And, man, he's with the prophet, Bill Walton.
That's right, JB. We always knew you were metaphysical.